pretty good at just kind of absorbing contact and playing through it. I mean, can you kind of talk us through that punt return there? You got hit pretty good, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I wanted to catch it out the air, but when it bounced, I said, yeah, I got to pick this one up. I seen everybody on my side. I said, yeah, I'll pick this up and go right. It's going to be a touchdown. So that's what happened.
Des, what you see on your touchdown run that you had from scrimmage seemed like the seas parted and you just took off up the middle.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just seen one-on-one with the safety. That's what we want. One-on-one with the safety, make him miss. I already know what I could do. So once I get one-on-one with anybody, shoot, I already know what's going to happen.
Later in the game, there was a draw call on 3rd and long where it seemed like the whole team was spread out, and then all of a sudden you had the ball and there was nobody to be around you. How often have you guys worked on that look to get that option?
I mean, we game planned a lot of this stuff, so we practiced all that this whole week. We know, sure, if we drop back, they see the quarterback do this, all the linebackers gonna drop back and they're gonna be wide open. So, and that's what happened.
How familiar did today feel with your past work in Cade's offense?
I mean, it's very familiar. You know, a lot of stuff he did, I already seen it before. So I already coming into the game, I already knew what was gonna happen. I mean, I trust Cade. I know what Cade could do. The teammate, we look real good this week. So I already knew what was gonna happen today.
Did you notice a bigger difference now that you're in major college football compared to playing in Western Carolina?
Not really. I don't really see no difference, really. Just being real, I don't really see no difference. Just probably the speed a little. They probably a little faster, but that's it. Nothing really.
Desmond, what we saw from Eli, is that what you guys have been seeing in practice?
Oh yeah. I mean, the quarterback competition has been real good. They decided to go with Eli. Eli looked real good this week coming in, and he looked real good today. And we got to keep going.
What was the team's response when you guys learned that Eli was going to be the starter this week?
Say it again?
What was the team's response, like the players, you guys, when you heard that Eli was the starter this week?
I mean, shoot. Whoever out there, we got to do what we got to do. So it wasn't really Eli going. Shoot, both of them looked good. It wouldn't matter who was in there. So.
Pat Narduzzi called you explosive earlier this week. Do you feel like you kind of showcased that talent today?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's me. I'm an explosive person. I like to showcase that. That's in my skill case. So.
You talked about your speed, and you talked about these opponents today being a little faster. You were still a little bit faster than all of them. I mean, what's that like knowing that you weren't caught and you might have been surprised, like, oh man, like what now?
I mean, I know me. So no matter who we play, who out there, I know once I get past that second level, it's over.
When's the last time you've been caught?
Shoot. I don't even know. Yeah, it's probably when I was little.
Obviously, this offense is built a lot on speed. I mean, obviously, you were making plays, but what did you see from a guy like Kenny Johnson today?
I mean, everybody played good, to be honest. O-line started with the O-line. O-line played real good. The quarterback looked real good, Eli. Receivers were playing their butt off, blocking, running routes. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. Kenny had some great catches. So, I mean, we just got to go on with this next week.
Feels like just when I was looking you up before you came to Pitt, you can be more involved in the passing game. You got 2 catches for 8 yards. You feel like that was just kind of just what you guys were calling today, or is this kind of like more of the role you see for yourself in Pitt's offense?
No, it's just the way they was playing. I mean, they was giving up really everything. So the receivers were really getting open, so it really wasn't, you ain't got to throw the ball to me. So, I mean, going to the other games, we don't know what's going to happen, but, I mean, shoot. I'm just happy that even though I got 2 catches, I'm happy with what the receivers did, the quarterbacks did. I'm happy with what happened today.
Anything else?
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
How's it going, everybody?
Brandon.
Howdy.
Brandon, break us down your sack fumble and how that played out.
I don't remember. No. It was a great play call by our coaching staff, knowing the tendencies of their offense, and just players making plays. All 11 guys did their job, and that's what it allowed the play to be successful.
How would you evaluate the defense as a whole today?
I think we have some cleaning up to do, but I think we're flying around with the football. I think we're back to kind of where we used to be as far as being violent, being aggressive, flying around, just being a bunch of rabid dogs out there on the football field. You can see like some of the guys got their first career sacks, guys like Kyle Lewis, guys like Rasheem Biles, all got their first career sacks. Like that's a tribute to them flying around, going to the football, playing hard, going 1,000 miles an hour.
Seemed like you guys were able to get to the quarterback a little bit more in the second half. What changed for you guys?
I think it was just a couple adjustments that we made in the halftime break, and then guys just being relentless going to the football. I mean, you keep going, something's going to break eventually.
Brandon, so many new faces in this defense. Do you feel like you guys maybe found something or came along a little bit, learned something about how to play together in the second half?
I wouldn't say that much. I feel like guys got comfortable in the defense, comfortable in the flow of the game. Like you said, there's a lot of new faces, a lot of guys that are seeing their first crack at college football. So going forward, I think we did a phenomenal job. I think there's a lot to clean up yet, and I think that we're going to clean that up tomorrow and over the next week so we can prepare ourselves for Cincinnati.
Spoke about Kyle Lewis. I mean, you led the team with 10 tackles today. What did you like about his performance?
He's a dog, flying around the football, going 100 miles an hour. Like I said, that's a tribute to who he is as a person. You just 100 miles an hour 100% of the time.
As a defense, did you the past couple of years, you guys didn't have a lot of room for error with, the offense on scoring a lot of points. Did you guys feel the energy the offense was bringing to help you guys out?
Yeah, we did. I've seen the offense was phenomenal this year. Of course, everybody has to make improvements. We all have to make improvements. We're going to make improvements coming forward, especially us as a defense. But it was nice to feed off their energy. Coach Bell brings insane energy to the sideline, and then we were definitely feeding off that throughout the game.
Less than 40 yards allowed rushing. That's more like a Pitt defense you're familiar with.
Absolutely. Like I said, though, that in our mindset, that's not good enough. So we need to get back to drawing board. Make sure our goal every week is 0 yards rushing. That's how we want to attack it. That's how violent we want to be. That's how aggressive we want to be as a defense.
You guys play aggressive. You guys play with a lot of energy. And with Pitt's offense, there's a lot more plays out. There's a higher volume. Has practicing against them helped you guys kind of adapt to needing to maintain that energy for longer?
Absolutely. Going against them is a trial every day, and you got to come out. You got to come out with your boots strapped on tight and ready to play. So that has definitely helped us as far as just being prepared to see hurry-up offenses, seeing offenses with a faster tempo, and really just perfecting getting the calls from the sideline at a moment's notice.
First impression of Eli against live action at the quarterback position?
I didn't get a real good chance to watch him the whole time. Obviously, as a defense, when we come off the field, we're making adjustments on the sideline, trying to perfect our craft. But judging from the scoreboard, I'm guessing he did pretty well.
What was it like being out there as a captain, obviously calling plays, making adjustments, and just leading the defense overall?
It's not a one-man show, as I've said before. Like, it's 11 guys in the football field at a time. Like, it's an honor to have the C on my chest, absolutely. But when you're out there, you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about how can I help this team win a football game. So that's kind of how I approached it, and kind of how the rest of the captains approached it as well.
Improvements needed to be made. Is there anything specific you guys saw while you were out there that you want to limit moving forward in the next week?
Not that I can put my finger on right now, but obviously there's always room for improvement. Nobody's ever perfect. When you strive for perfection, you achieve excellence. So that's our goal every day, to strive for perfection and just try and be excellent with what we got going forward.
Brandon, just to follow up on a question from a minute ago, I mean, you've been here a really long time. I think
don't call me old like that.
But I feel like today was like your first career start, right? I mean, this is your year, you know what I mean, to be that guy out there leading the defense. I mean, how was today for you?
Today was another football game for me. For the past, obviously, you guys have seen me talk before. Like, when you approach a game, you approach it the same way every time. Like, in the past couple of years, I've approached it the same way, same preparation, no matter who's putting on the hat in front of us. Sometimes you'll hear some of our guys talk about the guy in front of you is nameless and faceless. Like, you have to do your job in order to be a winning football team, to be a good football team. So that's kind of how we approach it going forward. We always prepare the same way. I always prepare the same way, no matter who's in front of me. Film work, recovery, all that stuff. So just another day in the office.
All good? Thanks, Brett.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
First college start, I mean, how do you think it went?
Went pretty good. Definitely some things I want to clean up here and there. Decision making for the most part was pretty good. Coach called a great game, just made my job easy. Especially offensive line, receivers, running backs, tight ends. They did everything they needed to do to, make it easy on me. So, made the game a lot slower, more simple, and I was just able to out there and to get the ball to the playmakers. Y'all see, we got a lot of them. So, it was a lot of fun today.
When you get Kenny in that one pass early in the game, you figure, this is it. I got this thing handled now?
Yeah, well, really, that first completion was kind of like, all right, I'm here. That the stick route that I threw to him the first play was, hey, I got the jitters out the way. I got the first completion out of there. So then I was able to just go play football from there.
More than a couple times, when you were throwing the ball, especially to Kenny, it seemed like you were throwing the ball before guys were even into their breaks and you were hitting them in stride.
Mm-hmm.
How has that been to kind of work that while you're also in a quarterback competition, you're sharing reps with Nate to develop that kind of chemistry?
It's just a chemistry you got to develop, outside of practice. When I first got here, me and Kenny were going up to the facility, late at night, just throwing balls like that. Me, Pop, CJ, we'd go up there and just, go through. We had a list of what we were going through. We go with the quick game, RPOs, intermediate, go some deep stuff, red zone, and we were just getting the timing down, because we knew, point in time that day was going to come where we're going to be out there playing together, and we got to be on time to make the play.
That 46-yarder. Was that the call the whole way, or is that just the read? You just saw it and you're like, Kenny's going to go get that one?
Yeah, I believed in Kenny. It was step up. They rolled away, and I knew he was one-on-one. He can run, so he outran the dude, and I was just able to out there just loft it up there, let him go get it, and he made a play.
When did the coaching staff tell you that you were going to be the starter today?
Thursday. They told me Thursday right before practice. We went out there and everything.
What was that moment like for you?
It was a surreal moment. Just a childhood dream to, play college football, be a starter in college football. When I got that news, like Coach Deuce said, I did shed a tear, just thinking about all the people that helped me out there along the way, parents, grandparents, teachers, coaches, just people that have helped me and always believed in me since day one. Just finally feel like I made them proud and everything. So it was a surreal moment. It was awesome.
Like Coach said that you've really come on here over the last couple of weeks. What's really improved, or what is that light that's come on or so for you?
Just getting those reps. In spring I had that hamstring injury, so I was getting those reps, but I wasn't fully into those reps. I wasn't full speed. And just that time, I was here since January. January, spring, fall camp. Just getting those reps, and the more reps that I got, the more comfortable I was out there. And these past couple weeks, it's been the most comfortable for me, and that showed today.
That first drive, you guys marched 90 yards down the field. What was that feeling like? Was it kind of like weight off the shoulders in a way, or just kind of what was?
It was kind of like a moment like, hey, I'm in college football and I can play. It was kind of a moment telling me like, hey, you can do this, which was a lot of fun. Being able to just get the ball to those guys and let them go make some plays was a lot of fun. Just seeing those guys out there, running great routes, being in the right spot, knowing exactly what to do, just having the trust. I feel like we trusted a lot, each other a lot that drive, trusting the O-line, tight end, running back, everybody doing their job, and it was a lot of fun. And putting a drive together like that's pretty big.
You've credited your playmakers a lot, and was that just like a normal day for Desmond Reid? Is that what he does all the time?
Yeah, that's definitely a normal day for Desmond Reid. Honestly, he's had some better days in practice, honestly, just being able to make plays like that. He's one of the most explosive players I've ever seen practice with. It's unreal what he can do. I handed that ball off on the 45-yard line, and as soon as I handed it off, I was like, oh, he's scoring. Like, me and Branson hugged each other, and we waved bye to Des because we knew he was going to score. It was awesome.
You got the opportunity to watch the rest of the game after you guys kind of put it away. What was that like? Again, I guess the surreal moment for you to say, hey, my debut, I did what I needed to do, and you kind of got it.
It was awesome. It's a day you dream about since you were a little kid. That first start, and having the performance I did for my first start was, even a bigger dream. I was able to go out there and do what I needed to do to make sure the team won. That was the goal. First goal was to get that first down. And then I just wanted to go out there, score some touchdowns, and just make sure my team won.
What coach say to you afterwards?
It was a great game. Keep doing what I'm doing. And just make sure this momentum and this mindset and everything goes into next week.
Break down what happened on the interception for it. It seemed like there was an intent there, and the ball just kind of went in a different direction.
We were trying to get them to bite down on the run. They called it great coverage. They were playing man, and what we wanted, we didn't want that versus man. And I saw Pop. Thought I had a little bit of pressure, but I didn't. I should have just stepped up in the pocket, delivered the ball. Next time, when I see that, I'm just going to dirt the ball, throw it away. It's probably what I should have done, and just make sure we go on to the next play and just stay down there.
Outside of that play, though, it seemed like you guys were very smooth, especially in the red zone, using spacing, having reads. How comfortable did you guys feel operating in short spaces and throwing as much as you did?
We felt great. We've been working on that a lot this week. It's pretty much every day we have a period of red zone. And Coach Bell, he takes the red zone pretty personal. He's in there. Because some teams want to go in there and just throw the ball. But we're out there to just score touchdowns because we know that's what we can do. We're going to go out there, run the ball here and there, but we're also going to throw it. We're not afraid to do that. Just the schemes that he put together really put everybody in a great position to succeed. Made my job easy. I was able to say, hey, I know where I'm going. They do this, I'm going here, but if they do that, I'm going here. So it made my job really easy with Coach Bell.
We'll do 2 more right here, and then Jerry.
You've already mentioned this offense is full of playmakers. What did you see from Gavin Bartholomew today, and just kind of how big will he be for this offense?
He's going to be huge. Just being able to get him the ball in a variety of ways, out the backfield, screens, down the field, anything like that, and he's able to catch it, run through somebody. He's for sure going to catch it. He's got some great hands. He's going to make some plays after the fact, after he has the ball in his hands, and just kind of a safety blanket for me, especially in some protections, when I'm hot, they drop, I can always find Gavin, and he's going to be open, he's going to catch it, he's going to get me at least 10, 15 yards, which is awesome.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
What's up?
Kyle, your first start today, led the team with tackles. What did you think about your own performance today?
I still left a lot on the table. I think the whole defense, we started off slow. So I told the defense, next week start today. Do what you do tonight, but make sure you definitely put in some hours today, because since he's definitely on the clock, remember what happened last year, especially in terms of the run game. And, around second quarter, third quarter, they started driving down with the run game. So, our first goal was to stop the run. So we definitely going to emphasize that next week, and we're going to get better off that.
What do you think led to some of those problems that allowed them to move the ball on you guys? Because it seemed like early on, pressure was coming, the intensity was there. Maybe just a few things were like a step off.
First thing first, with run games, the most important thing is just doing your job, maintaining your gap. For coming from me, they got a 7-yard run. It was a bunch set. The tight end washed down on me, and he wouldn't have got that much yards if I gave him my gap and I maintained it. Instead, he washed me down. It gave him a bigger gap and made it a harder job for the next man. So you definitely want to make it easier for the next man. And definitely the main thing that I definitely got to focus on this week, and probably other people too, is just finding pressure.
What's the feeling like when you land a sack, the first one of your career?
After, it ain't feel real. I thought he threw the ball. I'm not going to lie. It just felt like I was running slow-mo towards him. I'm like, he going to throw it. He going to throw it. And then he actually didn't throw it, so I got my first sack. I'm telling my youngin' Jeremiah, I'm a eat face. That's our little celebration for the room. And I'm going to throw up my shark for my boys. And I felt great. Right after that, I could have had another sack. Quarterback step up in the pocket, but those are things we're just going to work on next week.
Speaking of the Sharks, I think the 5 leading tacklers today were linebackers. How would you assess your performance as a group?
We got a lot to still work on. Our goal for this season, this is nothing. We prioritizing on being the best in the nation. So we know we messed up on. We had some MAs. We had some physical errors. So we still definitely got a long way to go. But I'm definitely proud of my boys. Shout out to Heem. He got his first sack too. I'm proud of him. Shout out to Bray. He was balling out there. He made a couple tackles. He hit me a couple times. Shout out to B. George. He got a strip sack. I heard he could have scooped and scored, but he still got the ball too. So shout out B. George, and shout out my youngins too. You got, not my youngins, but the new people. You got Key. You got JB finally coming in the circle too. So we definitely gonna keep stepping up and moving forward because we got a young room.
5 sacks is a pace of 60 for the season. Is that enough?
Say it again?
Well, you got 5 sacks today.
5 sacks.
You're on pace to get 60 for the season.
My goal, I could have had 2 sacks today. So for the rest of the season, my goal is to get 2 sacks every game.
That's 24. That's not bad.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't see it happen, but did you guys do a turnover hoop for either the turnover for Donovan today?
Yeah, we always gonna have the turnover hoop. Coach Bates emphasized don't celebrate in front of the man, don't celebrate on the field, celebrate off the sideline with your team so you don't get penalized. So we opened the whole lane for him. He go dunk it. We had Key had the turnover hoop too, but they called it back. But you're gonna see the turnover hoop a lot. Our goal is to get a lot of turnovers this year, a lot.
Could you feel that, the past couple of years, the defense has had a lot of pressure because there were a lot of low-scoring games? I mean, could you feel like a new wave on offense this year? Or today?
Yes, definitely. We definitely feed off the offense. Like, it's real. Like, offense do something great, the defense going to do something great. If offense go 3 and out, it's definitely going to put some pressure on us. But, you know, we used to that because of, you know, some of the points from last year. So I definitely think our defense is ready for any condition. And even it's great to have a great offense like that. I definitely believe they're going to be a great offense. But we got to step up more on defense. We allowed too many yards at some points of the game. So we definitely going to improve that next week.
Those big plays, those big plays that you guys let up today, is that something that you guys kind of want to work on, or is that something you identified from today?
Yeah, you know, we worked on those plays during practice. For my position, for starting with me, you know, they did max protect. You know, they did it's either RPO or a play action. He dragging out with the running back, trying to fake the run. So, you know, I got to add in faster, as coach would like to say, you know, get another sack. You know, it's going to help the DBs out more. And I just got to read faster. If I read faster, I can get the reroute, and I can help PJ out more. So it's definitely things that the linebackers got to work on more, and we just going to be good from that.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.